My name is Esme Powers, and when I went to camp in August of summer 2019, I had no idea it was going to be my last year as a camper. So I was going for my annual Girl Scout camp trip, and I had usually only gone for 1 week, but this year was special because I was going to be away for 2 weeks, and this was the longest I was ever away from my home, my family. And the reason I was going away for so long was because I was going to be getting my certification, my lifeguard certification, and my first aid certification so that I could come back home and get a job, hopefully in my local YMCA, as a lifeguard. So I said goodbye to my friends and family back home, and I went and I started meeting the other 2 girls in my program. We were between the ages of 14 and 17, and I met my counselors, and since there were so few of us, we stayed in a unit with the younger 3rd and 5th graders, which proved to be interesting later. So we started working really quick. We did things that I wasn't even expecting to do on the first day. We learned different ways to run in the water and save people. We dove under the docks. We did long distance swimming to go out and save people. And the second night we were there, one of the oldest girl in our group pulls something out of her bag and goes, "Hey, do you guys mind if I start smoking?" The other girl in my cabin and I were both a little shocked and confused on what to say, so we said, "Sure." So she starts smoking, and the other counselors come in and say, "What's that smell in here?" And we're all like, I don't know, because we didn't want to get her in trouble. And the next day, one of the counselors pulls us over and says, "Hey, what was that smell in your cabin last night?" And sorry to the girl who was smoking, but we confessed. So this meant we were left with only me and one other girl in the program for the rest of the 2 weeks. So the week goes on, it's pretty chill. We start doing a first aid, and we start learning CPR to the tune of Baby Shark on baby dummies, which we obviously both thought was hilarious. And the first weekend comes, and we travel to a local pool to do some more skills, and we actually drive right past my house. And let me tell you, it was so weird to drive past my house knowing I wasn't gonna be there for another week and my parents were home. And I was like, oh my God, that's my house. So the week goes on, we're still learning things, and they get more and more intense as we go on. We're each pretending to be the victims so we can pull each other out of the water. We're sinking ourselves under and pulling ourselves up in a safe way. We're backboarding each other. We're rescuing each other on paddle boards, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I feel like I'm gonna pass the exam. It's going pretty well. And so the third to last day that I'm going to be staying there at camp, one of the staff members pulls me over and starts asking me, "Hey, how are you liking the program?" And I'm saying, "Oh, it's a great opportunity," trying to make it sound really good because I'm assuming it's for future advertising or an early survey or something. And then she says, "We're short on lifeguards this summer, and there's two more week sessions of camp. Do you want to come back next week and be a lifeguard for us?" And I was like, whoa. I haven't even gotten the certification yet. I don't even know if I'm gonna pass, and you're offering me a job? Also, I'm only 17. You had to be 18 to work there. I've never had a real job like this. But nonetheless, I took the position, and I didn't tell anyone back home I was doing it. I just did it right then and there. Felt like it was probably a good decision in the moment. And so, long story short, I passed, luckily. And I found myself going home, barely even unpacking my bags because I knew I was just going to go back for the 3 out of 5 days of the next 2 weeks of camp. I got a work permit from school, and I was getting to know the fellow staff members who were once my authority figures, were now my partners, and I got my new camp name, which was Guppy. So I went back to camp, and let me tell you, it was so weird to see the campers, and I was like, "Hey, I was just a camper. I feel like I'm right in your position." And they were like, "Oh my God, how am I supposed to remember to call you by your camp name now?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yeah." But it was actually a lot more responsibility than I initially thought it was going to be. I was taking girls out on 3-hour boating long trips. I was swimming and paddleboarding to islands, and every Monday we did lost bather drills where when we heard the signal, we dropped whatever we were doing and what we were wearing and ran down to the waterfront so we could dive under the docks to see if we could find any missing people. Luckily, we never did. They were just drills, but still scary. And it was a really great experience. I was supposed to go back this summer, but since COVID, it was all canceled. But it really was an experience I'll never forget. I really hope I can go back next summer as a full-time lifeguard. And that is the story of how I got my first lifeguarding job without having my lifeguard certification. Thank you.